Wow. I am tired. As a lot of you may know, um, you know, on Chainsaw Man days, I'm usually working. If I'm not, then it's probably my birthday, which is in about a month. Amazing. But, um, I made the mistake of drinking milk before this, huh? It feels kind of phlegmy in my... God damn it. Anyway, we're here, we're back. It's Chainsaw Man Tuesday, and probably one of the most... Oh my god. Like, is the word rewarding? It feels rewarding. Just because it feels like Chainsaw Man, if it's going to end, if we are at the end of part two, once and for all, which also shut the fuck up malware bites, if we are at the end of the journey, I can I think things will start to wrap up a little bit, like easier with the developments that we've seen today. The lovely Egan Media, love you very much, has got me some notes to talk about stuff, but I've rewritten them a bit, simplify them, because your notes are too fucking long. I'm sorry. And tried to put my spin on them, but some of the interpretations are pretty much the same. So, talking about Chainsaw Man, um, it's therapy time. It seems like Aging Devil has done just the trick. Like if anything, it's been amazing for Denji. Yoru's almost like probably a little bewildered maybe in the back of her mind and a little bit desperate, and I hope she's not playing any dirty tricks with almost like instigating this conversation as eventually Asa really takes over and is able to have like a proper sit down with Denji. Like we haven't had like a proper interaction with him maybe since Aquarium. Maybe I'm wrong. But like in the like the sushi bar or whatever, or all you can eat, like they were hardly even talking. Like Denji was hardly even alive, right? Especially after when he saw like midway or towards the end of his like sushi like um time with Baram and them. So it was really nice to see them finally talk. And it was I think I think it's something that like the Chainsaw Man community really almost hoped happened, but we didn't quite grasp how, right? Because this is, a shonen with lots of fighting and lots of action. Wow. And I actually really appreciate the the level of just kind of, hey, I hope it stays this way at least for another chapter or so. There might be a silly twist towards the end of next chapter, but you know, finally, just Denji gets to get everything out, gets to unload, and we're not talking about jizz unloading. Definitely not. Actually, he's a changed man. So, and actually, Asa as well. Asa is a changed woman. Um, After eventually coming to terms with Chainsaw Man, he's he can't even do that without consequence, huh? Like he felt amazing. It felt like he was on a high, that he was like living his life to the fullest. And similarly to part one, it feels like, again, he was given everything, which is horrible again. He was given the world to him. He could be Chainsaw Man, he could have Nayuta, he can have the dogs, even though I think having the dog, well, it's fine. Nayuta liked the dogs, I'm sure. But like he even went on a date and yeah, like the high from Chainsaw Man, whatever. He had a bunch of stuff he really adored, like his like basically friends sort of family in part one. And once again, it's all been taken away from him. Poor, poor little Dennis. He's not even little anymore. I think he's like 18 at this point, and he's I don't even know if he knows where to go. What whether or not he works out with Asa, maybe Reze's in the next chapter. I don't know. She's like Privyet. Is that even no? Is no Privyet's hello. Yeah. You can tell that I'm not very well versed in Russian at the moment. But based off what we know, um he still somehow like decided to like push on. Like he's died. Both both Denji and Asa have died at this point, right? Like I say at this point. Like have long died. And then we have these contracts that kind of fate them into something they didn't even want. And they've eventually come to embrace it, and now look at where it's led them. You know, there's a guy in the corner being cuckoo and going feral and insane. It's time to just, you know, take a nap. And I guess to go back on what Denji's been through, I mean, he's sick and tired of the whole everyone just kind of um and not even everyone. His like to put it I guess in his words, his dick making the decisions. I mean, he's tired of being groomed, he's tired of being led on and provided the world and feeling like $1 million. I guess it's not all his dick, but just, you know, I don't know if the word self-actualization, but he's really wanted to feel like someone who can thrive and feel like $1 million and feel amazing. And to have it once again taken away, he just feels done, doesn't he? And him being a man now, right? The arbitrary, you're a man now at 18 years old. He's got a decision to make moving forward, and whether or not that decision, sorry, my throat was clogged. Um, like he's got a decision to make for as we move forward, and I'm really curious as to what his path will be. Um, my prediction, and I think I'll finally put it out. I had it in words on the tweeters, and then Twitter's not a thing. Well, it is, but let's pretend like it's not a thing at the moment. Um, and I wrote it down on like a notepad and stuff like that. But essentially, my prediction was Kishibe was going to be the final version of Denji. And I think the way I interpreted it was almost like Kishibe fucked up with Makima, so Denji's trying to make it right with Nayuta. Now, it's not looking like it's gonna quite be like that, but because I made some assumptions that Kishibe went through like a similar life sort of thing, um, and it's like a repeating coming of age sort of story, but you like almost fix things through Denji, or trying to make the most of it, out of his circumstances. So it could still be a thing. I I feel like a lot of other people might have not realized Nayuta's even gone. Like, I think there was such a long period without Nayuta, at least with like bi-weekly or tri-weekly like manga stuff or manga stuff, manga releases. It just felt like, oh, you know, she's she's just somewhere. And like she's not. She's most likely not coming back. Razzie, on the other hand, I don't know where she's been since she's not officially dead yet. I think, but I don't even know if she's even relevant to the picture anymore. But Chainsaw Man, Like I was alluding to earlier, this feels hella rewarding. This feels amazing. Like that we've come to this point in the most roundabout way possible. A very tragic story, but it seems like Fujimoto loves his tragic stories, whether it's through Look Back or like a bittersweetness like through like um Goodbye Airy. Um I don't know. And some Fire Punch that I've read. Although although the second volume got pretty interesting, so I stopped reading it in public. To those of you who have read it, you understand why, but I'll get back on my mojo and binge the rest of it since I own it all physically. But are we gonna have a mix of tragedy and um bittersweetness? Probably, since we've kind of already had the tragic element of it. So even in the short stories, like the bittersweet element is definitely there. So keep your eyes peeled, enjoy this, breathe it in. You've survived. People called it like the 9/11 of Chainsaw Man, like the pee touching from Yoru. We're we've been back. We've been so back. You know, all those part-time Chainsaw Man fans that have been weeded out. Good riddance. Let's bring Chainsaw Man, at least part 2, if it's not going to end here, to its well constructed conclusion.